Okay, so now that we have our cuts made, before we glue these together this direction and down to our piece, we really want to take the time to sand the inside of these and this edge. So you're trying to sand down to that line. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Now if you have a file and you're in the shop, you would use a file, and you always want to put your piece in a vise if you can. So I don't have that here with the camera, but if you're having this in a vise, then you can use two hands to go here with your file. But if you don't, and you just have sandpaper, you're always going to start with your 100 grit. So this is 150. You would start with 100 grit, and you're wanting to get all these saw marks off. You do not want to sand the edges where these two pieces join together. You're only sanding this part here where you cut, and then you want to round this edge, and then you also want to round this edge. Again, I wouldn't round this until these are glued together, but how well you sand is really going to change the look of your phone amp. So you want to make this rounded edge like we did on our shelf be consistent, and you want this line to be straight, this line to be straight. You want these two lines to meet, these two lines to meet, so that this looks like you are really trying to do that well. So once you've got that sanded and all your finished cuts, you're going to lay this down on your piece, put glue here, squeeze that together, put tape like you did previously for the back, and glue this together. Okay? You're going to let that dry for 30 minutes. Then before you glue it down to here, with these glued, you are then going to sand this edge, and this edge. Again, I would do both sides here so you don't scratch up your phone, and you really want to make that edge so that you can start to see this layers of grain. Sand this edge. You can make some cool designs. If you wanted to do the chamfered edge like you guys did on the phone holder, you could do that. Really start to make that look pretty. The more you can see this grain, the more you can see this layers, the better your project will come out. Okay? So really start to soften this edge. Remember, you're not doing this edge or this edge where these join together. Okay? Once you get all that sanded, then you're going to line this up perfectly over your piece. You're going to put glue along here, along here, along here, here, and here. Put glue here. Again, all your tape should be removed. If you have any pencil marks or sanding marks that you're going to see through your speaker, you would want to sand this. Again, always sanding with the grain. Sand right here, getting rid of all your tape. Then you're going to glue this on here. When you're gluing, you want it to be perfectly flush with the outside, flush with the top. The more we can get that flush, the less sanding we're going to have to do on our next step. Again, this should be a 1/4 inch past that you should have cut this top piece and this top piece. Glue those together. Make sure you line them up correctly. As you can see, that is incorrect. Then just put a weight on there. Just grab something and let that dry for 30 minutes. So now you have your front sanded. It's glued together this way and it's glued together. So now you have your box that has 3 layers to it.